Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're just joining in, either way, thank you for watching. Got something a little bit different for you guys today. Something that a lot of you guys probably did not expect to see on my channel, considering that I do organic farming. However, I found a lot of railways and some government property that doesn't get taken care of correctly. Got the Series 4 D17 out today, something that a lot of you guys probably haven't seen. For those of you that are not familiar with the Alice Chalmers, what makes the Series 4 D17 special is that guy right there. Makes live hydraulics, and then the levers and everything are on this side instead of that side, like on all the other series, basically, if they had the added spools on there. Which, Ryan, if you're watching this, that video's coming soon, I promise. There's one right there. Anyway, I'm gonna get to it. This is a tractor that I usually row cultivate with. There's the cultivator bracket. I'll run a short clip of that, and there's a link in the description to the whole video that I took the clip out of, if you guys are interested in that. So we'll bring you back. Looky who we found down here. Give your tractor a bath, Bob?
Hey, can you pull that up a little bit?
So what we're doing here is the other part of my video today. We're getting some nutrient-rich creek water to do a little mini irrigation thing. He's still weighted down for the 7,500 pound class. Goofball. I built that cart years ago to, when I started farming. I had a 120 gallon fuel tank on that cart that we'd go to town and fill up the fuel tank when I needed fuel. Now I've got that 500 gallon one, the big one, and most of the stuff that I farm is pretty close to the farm, so I don't use it for that anymore. It's used for hauling water. It's an old drag running gear, if anybody's curious. I just built the deck on top of it. So anyway, that's a partial tour of the woods. Well, the bottoms, I should say. It goes back there. If you guys watched the snowmobile episode, that's where I was riding. Back directly behind us is where I sat then. Blabbed a little bit, so I'm gonna get the spraying and I'll bring you back up and show you what he's got rigged up out in the sweetcorn patch when I get back. Sometimes you just gotta stop and eat some berries. Alright, just ran into this bush, tree, whatever you'd like to call it. This is an elderberry bush. People that don't know what that is, it's a little itty bitty sour terrible tasting berry that when you make wine out of them they're actually pretty good, but it's such a pain that it's not worth it. But anyway, a couple of years ago I found out online they sell little vials of this stuff and they call it this exotic berry and they label it as elderberry, but they sell like, I don't know, 100 milliliters, like these little vials for like $100. It's supposed to be a health thing and all this, but these things grow everywhere. They are not exotic at all. Them things grow everywhere around here. So I don't know, there's times that I wonder if I'm in the wrong business. Just go start picking this stuff and selling it to suckers online that think it's rare as can be and this fancy berry. Just some nasty tree-lined bush if you ask me, but it is what it is. If you can trick them, you can beat them, I guess. Something else that's worth mentioning here. So you guys have seen this, and I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos, but this right here is actually labeled as a filter strip. I don't farm this section. I grow my pollinator crop on it, basically. And that way I can come through and I can spray these fence lines here, because this is terrible. It was solid burdock, giant ragweed, riverweed was the biggest problem through here. And if you see, I've got the riverweed taken care of. We're dealing with some Canadian thistles here. If you see, they're budding already, so I'm going to be out here pulling tops off. So that's what I'm doing. This is all approved by my organic inspector, by the way, so you guys don't think I'm out here breaking rules or anything, because I'm not. I'm following all of their guidelines that they lay forth for me, and just makes my life way easier rather than come out here with a weed whipper or something and then, you know, nettles and thistles and stuff. That's the funnest thing to do with the weed whipper. So I'm gonna keep moving on. I got all the way down and around to go. Okay, one more. So you see these trees here. This tree, these are wild plums. Plums themselves aren't really too bad. Pretty good. But the trees are worse than, they're the worst growing things. And you see how they just come out here and they fall over. They come out and they fall over, and then they send new sprouts up. They grow kind of like a lilac bush, to tell you the truth. They're just bigger and taller and faster growing. Like I said, don't mind the plums, but I'd sure like to slap the SOB that planted them all here. Let's put it that way. These are all elderberries. It's just one fence line. Potato car, please do not spray. Oops. Grapes are looking pretty good this year. This isn't the only fence line that I get them from, but this is actually a small patch. Okay, so I made it to the railway here. So this right here you see is pretty much grass. This was solid Canadian thistles the years before I got it, and now there's just a few of them. You guys might not even be able to see them. Yeah, I can't find them. Anyway, you guys get the point. Okay, so this was solid giant ragweed, ironweed, riverweeds. It was solid through here. I've got it pretty darn good. I'm dealing with this giant parsnip. It's not the hogweed, the poisonous one. There's some of that down in the bottoms, unfortunately, but yeah, that's not the poisonous one, and it's not the hardest thing to keep out of your field, but we're knocking it back. You can see it. The railways just don't do anything, and I was happy to get the riverweed, giant ragweed killed. Stop, looked over. There's some raspberries. Getting to be that time of year. So this is a couple hours after I sprayed this patch. Headed down to get some more water. Look at it. Already peeling over. Nice dry hot days work wonders for spraying stuff. Filling up all 5 of my coats. Always down here, just walking around. See these plants right here? Them will get you. Don't mess with them. These plants right here though. These plants are kind of like an aloe vera. You rub that on a mosquito bite, and they're very tricky. They look very similar to some plants that get you. You see the daggers. Generally, if you see the daggers, stay away from them. But anyway, they look very similar. But they work great for mosquito bites. I guess it was a Native American thing actually, but I'm just down here enjoying the green a little bit. It's nice when that darn thing ain't running, but the next generation. A few of my nieces and nephews. There you have it. Reduced down into a garden hose with some sprinklers on the end of it. We tried this and we're not too happy with how the results of that turned out. But let that roll for a while and move our sprinklers. Cheap man's irrigation. Harbor Freight. Looks like we might get a little bit of rain. Not supposed to amount to much. It says severe thunderstorms, but I think we got a 30% chance, so hope we get some. But either way, got the tires swapped on that. So that means there's a tractor pull tomorrow. Unless we get rained out. Look forward to some footage of that, and appreciate everybody for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.